Hey everyone, welcome to Day Deal on Display. Today we are going to be taking a look at the Seidio active case for the Motorola DROID RAZR. You are more than welcome to check out the active over at its homepage at any time. And hopefully my camera focuses correctly. There we go. It is going to be located at www.seidioonline.com. And of course, do not forget to check it out on our own homepage as well at www.daydeal.com. So let's go ahead and get things started here by giving you the unofficial tech specs for the Seidio active case on the DROID RAZR, and here is where I give my little speech. Please keep in mind that all measurements we give you here at Day Deal on Display are merely approximations if they're not directly from the manufacturer. Okay, so that means that they're not meant to be 100% accurate. We just want to give you guys an idea of what to expect when you own the case for your phone. End speech. So let's go ahead and start off with the weight of the active case. I'm going to go and place it on the scale here, and the reading is around 37.5 grams. I would even round that up to 38 grams just to be safe, and that's actually not too bad for a cell phone accessory. Mid-range cases or medium-duty cases usually fall within the 25 to 40 gram range, so that is to be expected. Okay. Let's go and take the scale out of the picture. Move on to my calipers, which I actually honestly kind of hate because these are really hard to measure with anything, especially while doing things live. I always try to measure the thickest part of the case as well, so that way I can give you a more accurate measurement because the thickest part is all that matters. Let's just go ahead and move on to the reading here, and that is about 133.25. I would even round that up to be 134 if you're measuring it at the very tips of the Seidio Active. So there you go, that's the length of it. Let's move on to the width. I'm just going to go and use these two little arms on the spine right here. And that is going to be around 73.5, once again rounding up 74 millimeters. And finally, the thickness of the active, I'm going to measure where the camera is located because that's the thickest part of the phone respectively. And that's good right there. My calipers aren't moving anymore. That is going to be around 14.5 millimeters. So there you go, guys. Those are the unofficial tech specs for the active case on the DROID RAZR. Let's go ahead and move the other three colors back into view and talk about the colors that are available for the active case. So in front of us right now, we have black, amethyst, and garnet red. Okay, garnet red is one of the newer colors from Seidio. It's replacing burgundy, and it's a little bit brighter. Okay, not by much, but it is more popish, more fresh, if you will, a little bit more modern, and we actually like the change a bit because the old burgundy color was just a little bit too dark for our taste. It was a little bit more blood red, and it kind of had a brownish orange tint to it, so we really like it. But that doesn't matter because the only color that really matters is this right here. This is, I believe, called gloss white. Okay, now gloss white is the only color that's actually reflective. All right, the other four colors have a matte rubberized finish to it, but this gloss white, as its name implies, is the only one that's actually a little bit shiny to it. Okay, so there you go. Now the one color that we have missing in today's video is going to be royal blue. Unfortunately, I do not have that case available, so I apologize. But if you want to go and check out that color, visit seidioonline.com and or check out our previous review of the Seidio Surface case on the DROID RAZR, and I believe we have a royal blue on that, so you can see what that is all about. Okay, so let's move forward here and talk about the rest of the Seidio Active. Now, what you see is what you get, guys. It does not come with anything else. Okay, you just get the two-piece cover. Okay, and this is a layered case. Now, as far as layered cases go, this isn't anything out of the ordinary. It's the tried and true Seidio Active design, meaning that it includes a silicone skin, which you see on the left-hand side, and a exoskeleton, or a spine, whatever you want to call it, on the right-hand side that goes over the skin. Now, you cannot use both of these accessories independently. If you try to use the skin, it's really loose. Okay, it needs the reinforcement of the spine or the shell, whatever, to keep it on the phone. And if you just try to use the shell or spine by itself, it's way too big. It's not going to fit on there properly. Okay, so hopefully that information is of use to you. Now, what's been plaguing Seidio for a long time is that they haven't really upgraded the quality of their skins. That's not to say that these are not protective, but they still have a nasty habit of attracting lint whenever possible. Okay, I actually have not handled this product that much. I just literally took it out of the box. Okay, there's the clamshell case for it. And it's already starting to attract lint very heavily just by waving it around in the air. It's just kind of like a static charge to it that just keeps attracting it. And the more you try to rub things off, the more you make things worse. So I know that I'm kind of harping on this for a long time, but a lot of people do find this important. They like their cases to look nice and new and clean. And if lint is a problem for you, then I would not recommend the Seidio Active literally right now. Even though only the sides show, it does become a problem very quickly. And OtterBox, to use as a reference, does also have the same problem as well, but they're starting to move forward, and a lot of their newer products are starting to have like an anti-static coating on the skin layer. Now, moving on from the lint aspect of it, it's relatively thick. It's not that thin, okay, which is good because that would make it superficial and, you know, wouldn't protect your phone in an actual drop. But at the same time, it's not overly bulky, like what we've seen on the Trident Aegis, I believe, which of course does provide a lot of protection, but it does add some thickness to the phone as well. So this is a good balance between the two. I actually like this. This just feels about right. Now moving on to the spine/shell. Okay, this is the gloss white version. So once again, it's reflective. Remember, these are not; those are the matte rubberized versions. Not much to talk about here. Little kind of illustrated guide that's forced upon the case right there. I'm not too sure that's necessary. It would have been nicer if they actually added like a little rubber pad on a older design that I saw of the Active, but nonetheless it's there. And that's pretty much it. I don't really need to say much. Now some folks may notice that there's a kind of like an overhang, if you will, over the top. Right here on the spine that actually attaches onto the skin, which is really nice, but there's none on the bottom. Some people are kind of conflicted. They like for a shell layer to kind of cradle the bottom as well. We don't really think it's that important. It makes more sense to just cradle the top because that's where all the important electronics are on the DROID RAZR. I mean, it's where a lot of stuff is on the phone. So I don't know. I've been getting a lot of comments on why didn't they just cover the bottom. I've been reading a lot of other reviews where people were not happy with a certain case because they weren't covering the bottom. I don't really think it's that big of a deal, and at least on the Seidio Active as well. They did reinforce the skin portion of it. As you can see right there, it actually protrudes out. So shouldn't be a deal breaker, but you know, to each their own. So let's go and put this onto the dummy phone right now of our DROID RAZR. All right. I'm just going to wrap around the skin first. Very easy to install. Then I'm just going to go ahead and put on this shell layer next. You do want to install it on the top first. And once you do that and everything lines up correctly, and then the rest will follow. Just go and snap that into place. Now, one thing I want to mention before I go on to the 360 tour here, guys, is that this actually does work with a custom-made belt clip holster developed by Seidio. Okay, Seidio likes developing things made specifically to be used with their cases. Okay, so please check that out at seidioonline.com. They also have a screen protector that works with it as well, so you don't have to worry about bubbling up issues or etc. stuff like that. And in the future, there may be a dock and cradle made to be compatible with the Active, but I'm not too sure yet. Okay, so just be on the lookout for that. Now, going on with the rest of the tour, you can see that the front lip created on the Active is very thick for the DROID RAZR, very nice, very even and consistent, okay, and it's reinforced not only by the silicone but also the shell as well, all along the corners and the side, which is a nice thing. That means you can go ahead and rest your phone on its back, which you should be resting it on, or even on its face like so, because it is going to be extremely elevated up and away from the surface you're resting it against, okay? More importantly, having a thick lip on a phone means that you can drop it and hopefully the lip will catch the impact first rather than the phone's screen, which would be not pleasant. Moving on to the top, we have a very nice opening for the HDMI as well as the USB port. It just looks really nice and very professionally done. I don't know, I just like the way it looks. And moving on to the other side, we can see an opening for the audio jack as well. Not that recessed, so straight as well as angled tips should work out just fine. Moving on to the side, not much to talk about here, so we're going to go and flip it over. You can see two protrusions for the volume up and down, as well as one for the power button. Yes, they do stick out quite a bit. They are very easy to press, very responsive. Even on this dummy phone, you can hear it clicking away, so there we go. Not much to talk about on the bottom, but remember it is reinforced, so it doesn't have any type of issues of protecting your phone down there. Showing you the back, which you've seen the rest, or this entire video up so far. And I am going to finally finish off things with the camera lens, LED flash, and the opening for the built-in speaker. It is a little bit recessed in there, okay, but I don't think it's going to affect picture quality. You shouldn't be getting any strange artifacts, etc., stuff like that. And there we have it, guys. This is the Seidio Active case on the DROID RAZR. So it's not a bad accessory. We think a lot of people will like it. It's a good medium-duty case. It does add some bulkiness to the DROID RAZR phone, but it's not that bad. If you want to compare this against the competitor, which would be the Trident Aegis, I think you'll be happy with either or. Get whatever is cheaper for you or whatever looks better. as far as protection goes, they're about the same. All right. Now check us out, the official website at seidioonline.com. Check it out on our own website at dadio.com. Thanks for watching as always, guys. See you next video.